All right, good morning. Back for another episode. A little bit later start today for me. Got to sleep in, which was nice. Um, Thoughts for this week. We are about, what is it, 15 days into our nutrition challenge. So kind of got that in the mind, some things to talk about regarding that. And this is a good general consensus, I think, when it comes to anything related to fitness, staying on track. What I'm finding since tracking again, and I'm not surprised to find this out or have this come up again, but I just, because I know it to be true already, but it's just little things over long periods of time will make a difference. And that's really simple to say. But let me put it to, give you guys some background on that. So I would say overall, me and Kyler, we eat pretty clean. Yeah, we definitely divulge, have some things that we like to have a drink every now and then, or have some sweets or whatever those things are in our normal daily life, especially when we're not tracking. But for example, doing this the zone, I think it's been kind of good to again highlight, and this is the benefit, one of the biggest benefits I think of tracking is you find out really quick what you were doing and how it measures up to what you're trying to do now. So for example, my breakfast and stuff honestly hasn't been that much different than what I would eat normally. There's a couple of very small measurements that are smaller, but ultimately I haven't seen much difference there. I honestly haven't seen much difference in my lunch. Where I've seen some difference though is like in my protein serving at once. So for example, normally I would sit down for dinner and I might have, I don't know, a 10-ounce portion of meat, 10 ounce to 12 ounce, maybe even more steak or chicken or whatever. And since doing the zone, right, because I'm doing 5 block meals, basically I don't eat more than 5 ounces of meat at once now. So it's made me an additional meal that I wasn't necessarily eating before either to get my blocks. But so I still think it's about the same amount of protein as I was eating before, but just spread out, which has been good. It's helped curb some of the late night cravings. Additionally, with seeing how that is different, again, like I used to eat more bigger portions, and now I'm like smaller portions more frequently, essentially. But it's just kind of made me come and check myself on that, and then also like the little differences again, where I said small things over time will make big changes. It's not like I was eating so bad before, but maybe instead of having, let's just say, I'm just going to throw out some random stuff like a cup of pasta, which might be what I'm allowed to have now, versus having 2 or 3 cups of pasta. Right? It's not so much that the food is that much different, but just a little bit of portion difference, again, over the days and the meals adds up. And you get to really redial some of that in. So I think even at the end of the 30 days here coming up, we're about halfway through, I'll find myself making a little bit better choices when it comes to my proportions, especially on those things like the fats and the carbs, because those are the things that are typically extra tasty and you want to add more of into your day. But again, it's kind of like a recheck, and that's why I think it's just valuable to do this. You guys, like, you don't have to do it all year, but you just got to do it periodically. Check in with yourself. How am I eating? What habits have maybe fallen in line for your goals? So yeah, we got about 15 more days. I'm looking forward to hammering down and kind of even trying to tighten up a little bit more when it comes to that and not have any excuses. Because I'll be honest, like, it's a challenge, and Monday through Fridays have been pretty solid. Saturdays and Sundays, I've been hit and miss. I had a couple good weekends, and I've had a bad weekend. So when it comes to tracking and making sure I'm getting enough. What else? I think revolving around that, but again, it just thinks if you were to extrapolate this over the year, again, it really just highlights how eating a little bit too much over a long period of time can start to attribute to making you gain that weight or not keeping you as lean or affecting your performance or whatever your goal is. But yeah, we got the Open coming up. Kind of talk about that real quick. February 29th is the Open. So if you guys are members here, be on the lookout for some more propaganda to sign up, if you will. And we're going to be doing Friday Night Lights and all the fun stuff again. So should be fun. Get signed up earlier than later and get some other stuff going. Probably do like an intramural Open again, have some fun with that and do some events, right? So I think that's it this week. All right. If you're doing the nutrition challenge with us, hammer down. If you're not doing the nutrition challenge, that's all right. Maybe just hammer down anyway for the rest of the next little bit here right before the Open. If you're a CrossFitter. If you're not, this is another thing to talk about real quick. I just read this the other day, but we were already past the day, but I think it was like January 12th is like the national day of when people stop chasing that goal that they made for New Year's. So if you made a resolution, maybe it was to go to the gym more, maybe it was to get outside more, maybe it was to eat better, quit drinking, whatever the resolution was, good on you. But hopefully you're still going. If you're not, it's not too late to get back on that wagon and keep it up. So have a good week and talk to you next week.